I wanted to make sure that all of you can truly benefit from his insights and make the most of this hour together. We might go over a little bit because Scott has prepared a lot of stuff for you, a lot of goodies, and the whole idea is that you understand the process from being the artist of your craft and maybe going from being a worker to eventually becoming an independent and the artisan of your craft, and eventually managing things, managing your own self, managing your business, to eventually going to a scalability phase where you truly become an entrepreneur. And these are different hats and different qualities. We all have a tendency to be more one than the other, but we can all build those qualities. And I've certainly have learned with the Tony Robbins community now in the last 3 years, and specifically with Scott's help, to really go on the side of the entrepreneurship in a very short time. So let me bring Scott on board and let us all welcome Scott. So make sure lots of hugs and kisses. Hello, Scott.
Guys, how you doing? That's my
Thank
shot. It's
you.
like just I'm super stoked to be here, and yeah, thank you for that kind introduction. I think you're one of the very few people that just takes information and you run with it, and you're such a student, and you do it with so much energy. And I think that's probably something that anybody could take a lesson from you on. I mean, even just jumping in the room and the energy you bring into the room. Energy matters. And if I mean, I didn't plan to talk about that in my presentation, but any one of these things is compounded by the level of energy that you apply it. And the chances are, if one of the roles, artist, entrepreneur, and leader, you probably could look at your energy and it's probably could tell an interesting story. And we can talk, we'll kind of explain more in a minute here. Okay, while we're waiting for that, I want you guys in chat. I want you to list off the order of which that you think you are. Are you an artist, entrepreneur, leader, entrepreneur, whatever it is? Just I want to just see in the chat what everybody is specifically. What are their roles? What are the roles that you see yourself in order of the three? Are you creative, unconventional thinking? That's, deep care about the delivery of services, the freedom of expression, happiness from receiving success. Means an artist is just in love with, it's like the chef just goes, I just want you to enjoy the food, right? The manager leader, you're about operational, organization, people, things, structure. It's all about scale. It's about how to get efficiency. It's also leader. So it's what's called manager leader because managing, but also leading to stand out. It's both. It's called the manager slash reader leader role. Is that you? Or where do you fit in that? Or entrepreneur, you have a vision, your focus, you're on this bigger outcome. It's about growth, sales progress. Progress is everything, right? It's all in the DNA where I'm willing to risk things and take the rewards, and I'll die trying. But my aim is success at almost any cost. I'm not saying at any cost, but almost any cost. Like it's really about outcomes. And sometimes people are just thrust into that. So I'm going to ask you a question. In this next thing I'm going to show you, I want you to type in who is this that created this quote and this clip. See, this moment of truth for me, I don't know if you guys can experience this, is you're doing something it's just like you're doing it because of money and it's like what was available. All it was I was following where I could get a job. I had no skill per se in the artistry side, but I wanted to be known as a marketer, but I was doing marketing and I was doing it while I was selling. But I didn't go to university and get my MBA in marketing. But I got it. I got my MBA in real life because I was rolling my sleeves all the way through that, actually delivering and working on real clients. But I learned from actual strategists that were in the field working with Mercedes, not academically. My moment of truth came when I was at that job and I've been selling to large companies, these contests and so forth. And I got on this chalkboard this. And by the way, this is funny because I realized that half an hour went by and I'd gone through a bunch of fonts when I was making this presentation. And I realized I landed on this font. I just deleted the other ones. And I realized what an artist in me. I'm like, here I am fawning over one font just so this presentation. I'm like, just shows the artist in me. Anyways, well, this is the PBA. So what it stands for is practice extreme billing. What that means is every brand, as you know, or every business has these three pieces: artist, leader, entrepreneur. So for me, I'm the leader, but I'm also entrepreneur and artist. I'm a leader in the community. I'm an entrepreneur. It's still a business, and I'm leading because I'm leading the industry. I've got a new app. I'm leading with new ideas. I look at what has made me go from just regular growth to now I'm exploding. I spent 4 years working on my structures for marketing. I am the master of these things. I'm like, wait a minute, what am I talking about? I love structure. And it's a story I was telling myself. Even in this, I didn't tell him, I'm like, wait a minute, why am I telling myself that fucking story? It's like my whole business, the reason I am successful is because I've created structure. Everything I'm doing is actually creating structure. I finally leaned into it. And why? Because I recognized one thing that my weakness, if I mastered it, it gave me more flexibility to go what I really wanted to do, which is be an entrepreneur. And what that's created for me is what Eva was talking about, which is I became a Swiss Army knife. I can lead any one of these things. In fact, I became so obsessed over almost any role within the company. I wanted to know it enough that I could talk to it because I did not love that one person in the company goes, hey, our DNS is going to take this to do, and it might take a month. And I'm like, okay, I'm trusting you. I'm like, no, I want to know because I want to be able to lead it. When you just hand over the keys, you're handing over massive amount of risk on your business. And more importantly, you're leaving yourself one less thing that you can actually, you're the curator, you get to be the artist, you get to be the orchestrate and put these things together. When you know enough about them that you can play with this, you'll be amazed at what you can do within your own business. You need all three of those people, those roles in your business to beat out this. There is no amount of money. Someone's gonna have more money, more AI, more capability, more creative genius to try to get people's attention. So why fight it? This industrial attention complex, I call it, is like this. It's like it's built. The game is rigged against you, but it's not. Why it's not rigged against you is because don't buy attention, create it. That's word of mouth. When you flex flow and access each of them, and blend them, your brand is going to become remarkable. I promise you, it totally will. And that's coherence. Thanks. Oh, it's 4 minutes over.
Wow. There you go. Boom. So coherence. I mean, this is really it in the end, and this is already in you. He said head, heart, gut. You already have that anyway, physically in you. And if you have dared to go from being a great employee, a great worker, to eventually have an idea and take the risks that it takes eventually to turn it into something more than just you, to serve at a greater scale, you already have those three in you. And they already are going to be flexed and pulled and pushed in all directions for you to eventually flow with that coherence. So the goal was really for you to understand that all of those three are truly supportive of your unique branding, which is whatever you come up with and whatever you invite people to discover, and then you transform them with the trust and the capabilities that you're bringing to them.